Hey guys, it's Carly, Fairy Godmother, and today we are making shepherd's pie and a mixed green salad. The perfect recipe for a cold winter's day. Okay, so to get started, I have a head of cauliflower, a couple sweet potatoes, and a few cloves of garlic that I've chopped. And then in my pot, I have a couple cups of bone broth that I've heated up. And to this, I'm just going to add the cauliflower, the sweet potato, and the garlic. I'm going to turn the heat on high here because we want to bring this up to a boil. Add the rest of the sweet potatoes here. So this is going to be our topping for the shepherd's pie. So we're going to get started with making this first because it takes a little bit of extra time to cook. Add pieces of garlic. All right, so we're just going to bring this to a boil and then let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until the vegetables are softened, and then we'll go ahead and puree. So while we're waiting for our cauliflower and sweet potatoes to cook, we're going to go ahead and start browning up the meat. So what I have here is about 3 pounds of U.S. Wellness Meats beef and heart mixture. Now, what I love about this is that U.S. Wellness Meats has made it really easy for us to eat organ meats by combining it in with this beef. Organ meats are great for health. They're super nutrient dense, but a lot of times it's hard to find recipes that you can actually make with beef heart. So by combining it with the meat, we can make this into burgers, meatballs, or we're using it in our shepherd's pie recipe today. So I have a little bit of butter melted in the pan, and we're just going to add our beef and heart mixture to this and just begin browning it up. Now again, this mixture is super fatty, so it really works well for burgers, anything that you kind of really want to have a little bit more fat on it and stick together. It works great in casseroles as well. So just going to start browning this up. So as this starts to cook, I'm just going to add a little bit of sea salt and black pepper. Nothing crazy here. Just giving it a little bit of seasoning as it begins to cook down. So I'm just browning up the meat here, and as you can see, it's super fatty, but it's actually going to work to our advantage because I'm going to saute all these vegetables up here in a minute, and I can use that fat to cook the vegetables. So our meat is just about cooked. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a bowl, and that way we can start sauteing our veggies. You may need to take out a little bit of the fat before you add in the veggies, but just see, it really just depends on how much meat you use. So now we're ready to add the chopped veggies. I have about 3 or 4 chopped carrots, 2 to 3 chopped zucchini and yellow squash, and then 1 yellow onion. So add our veggies here. Okay, we're going to turn back the heat on high and start sauteing up our veggies. So once our veggies begin to cook down a little bit, I'm going to add some seasoning. I have about a cup of parsley. I'm going to add that in. And then a couple tablespoons of chopped oregano. And then a tablespoon of chopped thyme. And about a teaspoon of sea salt and a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, so now that our veggies are cooking down just a little bit, I'm going to add about a cup of green peas. And you can add these in fresh or frozen, but these have been sitting out at about room temperature, so they're a little bit defrosted. So our veggies are cooking up nicely. I think we're just about ready to add back in the ground beef and heart mixture. So I just drained a little bit of the fat content out of this, and we're going to add that back in. And give this a nice stir just until everything is pretty well combined. Again, if it gets too fatty, you can always scoop a little bit of that out, but I think it's nice for the veggies so that they can soften a little bit. All right, so now that our cauliflower and sweet potato mixture is done, I'm going to grab that. The veggies are all nice and soft here, and I'm just going to blend this with an immersion blender until smooth. Now that everything is nice and pureed, we're just going to go ahead and add this to the shepherd's pie. And just add it into a few pieces, and then you can just kind of smooth it out over on top. So just going to add a little bit of extra seasoning on top. And then this is going to go in the oven at about 375 for 20 minutes. So while we're waiting for our shepherd's pie to cook, I'm going to prepare a very simple and easy herb and green salad. So I have about 2 to 4 cups of arugula here. And to this, I'm just going to add a thinly sliced green pear. And I'm going to just zest about half of lemon here. This just really helps to add a nice flavor to the salad. Okay, and then the juice of 1 lemon. And to this, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of fresh chopped rosemary, and then about a tablespoon of fresh chopped fennel leaves. So this is just the top of the fennel stems. And then between 1 and 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped thyme. And then just a pinch of sea salt and black pepper. Drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil. And then mix this all up. So this is awesome to have on hand throughout the week. Goes great with any meal, great for lunches. You can have some fresh roasted chicken with it. And you can use any herbs in this as well. So that's why it's nice and versatile. We're just gonna go ahead and add some goat's milk feta. So if you have any dairy issues, goat's milk feta is awesome. It's just a little bit easier to digest. Plus, I love goat's milk feta. I think it adds such a nice flavor to all the recipes. And then just give that a nice toss. Now this is all ready to serve alongside our shepherd's pie. So I just took the shepherd's pie out of the oven. This looks and smells amazing. I love the color. The herbs add this really nice touch to it, so I can't wait to dig in and see how this tastes. So I'm just gonna add a scoop of this onto the plate. And this really is the perfect cold weather dish. Such an awesome comfort food, and it's healthy as well. I'm gonna serve this alongside some of the salad. This is just our mixed greens and herb salad. Okay, gonna give this a try here. Get a little bit of the ground beef and heart and a little bit of the potato and cauliflower. That is so good. It's a little sweet from the potatoes. The meat is amazing, super fatty, so it's really nourishing and warm and cozy. I love this dish. Okay, so there you have it. Shepherd's pie with the herb and mixed green salad. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more cooking videos coming soon. Thank you so much for watching.